Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be planting and talking about sweet bell peppers. So something we're going to look at is topping peppers. I was reading a little bit about this last week and I was so intrigued by it that the idea is you cut off the top of the pepper and it forces it to bush out sooner, and then you end up getting more peppers. So I thought over this season we could do a little bit of an experiment. So half of my peppers I'm going to top them and the other half I'm just gonna leave them, and we'll see if we get better results or not. So here we're gonna answer that question. So here are the peppers that I have started. I started them all at the same time, but you can see some are significantly bigger than others, and that's obviously because these ones I planted in a red solo cup, which is much larger than these little guys. But I'm sure once they all go in the ground, they'll be totally fine. Because they are a significant difference in size right now, I'll have some big ones and some small ones in each control group. This year I've planted a California Wonder pepper, just your basic pepper that you get at the grocery store, as well as the Purple Beauty bell pepper, which I got the seeds of that from My Gardener. I got this one pepper from a nursery started. I don't know why I bought it, I just saw it and thought, oh, it's another pepper. So because this one wasn't started by me and is a different variety of the others, I'm not going to count this one in our little experiment. Okay, so now I'm going to divide up my purple peppers from my California Wonder peppers and make sure I've got even groups. Here are my two control groups. As you can kind of see, I've got some string marking my square feet. Here's my layout before we start planting. So these 6 are going to be the side that I top, and these 6 I'm not going to top, though only 5 of this side are actually part of that group, because the one in the far corner is the one from the nursery. This is the south side of the bed up to north, east, west. Hopefully that gives some sort of even sun. This bed gets full sun all day. There's no shade on this bed at all. Okay, we are all planted. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my snips and top some plants. While I was doing my research for topping, I learned that you want the plant to have 4 to 8 leaves before you top it. So no fewer than 4 leaves on the bottom. So I'm gonna look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'll do after 6 and 7 just because, oh, that kind of hurt. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this one's kind of tiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could cut off these ones, but I think I'll just give it a little bit more time to grow before I cut it, because that makes me nervous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm really nervous about that. I can't believe I just did that. But it will be good, because I did lots of research and everyone's plants kept growing, so yeah. Okay, so it's been about a week since I topped my pepper plants, and I was doing my evening walkthrough of the garden and saw something I wanted to show you guys, so here's a little update. Okay, so here's some of the plants that have been topped, and you can see they're already starting some new shoots, and they're all doing it. So that is very exciting. This guy still haven't topped. He's just so short. I want to let him kind of take off a little bit, so I might have to take him out of the running, which is fine actually, because I have 5 that were not topped and 6 that were, including this one, so without that. So you can see, here's one of the ones that was not topped, and it's got some new growth. I don't want those buds. I want to snip them off, but I don't want to accidentally top this one. So I'll give them a little bit of time to get bigger. But yeah, they've all got some new growth, and you can see in the armpits, there's some, let's see a little bit down there, but not as much as the others. So this one has not been topped, and this one has, and this one actually is the smallest shoots out of all of them. So there's a little update. Okay, it is June 22nd, and we're checking in on the peppers. The yellow bowls are because I'm in a war against cucumber beetles, and you can see my video on that because I know I'm going to be posting this pepper video long after that one's posted. So let's take a look. You can see the difference in height is crazy. The ones that were not topped are about twice as tall as the ones that were topped, which makes sense because the ones that were topped aren't growing up. But look at how bushy the ones that were topped are now. It's just wild to me, like these peppers, watching the side growth come out, like every day it has been so significant. Oh, this one actually wasn't topped. So let's look at this side by side. So this one was topped, this one was not. Look at all that growth. And so here's some of the tall ones. See, there is side growth, there's plenty of side growth, but not as much. Another thing to notice is the ones that were not topped are starting to flower already. They're starting to get blossoms and prepare for fruit, whereas the ones that are topped, I don't see any, maybe like a couple little buds at the very top. So yeah, this is all pretty exciting. Really can really see the difference. It's so wild. Look at it. So not topped. Looking from here, it looks like the not topped ones are much nicer, but the topped ones are going to be a lot fuller. So we'll see. Okay, here's a check-in on the peppers. So we have had a really hot week, and we are actually starting to get some tiny peppers. So here's my biggest one, and this is a California Wonder, but this one has a few, I think it was this one I saw a few. There's a couple in there. This is a purple pepper. There's another little one in there. So at least half of the not topped peppers have little fruit on them. None of the topped peppers have fruit on them, but they all have plenty of blossoms. So we will just have to wait and see how long it takes them. You can see that the topped peppers are about half the size of the untopped peppers, but they all look really healthy. I have pruned all the peppers. I have pruned the bottom leaves away a little bit, though I probably could take a few more off. But yeah, everything's looking really healthy and good. So far, I would say the experiment's going very well. Okay, pepper update. It is July 10th, and here's the height difference. There hasn't been a huge height growth in the last few days, and these ones, that one really has taken off. But what is so exciting that I had to show you today, guys, is this. Look. Let me walk around the other side. Look. Purple peppers. I am so excited. This is so exciting. Purple peppers. This tall one also has a few peppers coming. It's just your basic California Wonder. This one has a pepper that's starting to get big. Oh no, it has a spot on it. That's sad. Okay, and here, if you see, right there, this is our first tiny little pepper coming on one of our topped peppers. I don't see any other signs of fruit. So we have one just starting to come. July 10, the first day that a topped pepper plant has shown signs of an actual pepper. Hi everyone, I just wanted to pop in and give a quick pepper update. It is August 15th. Here they are. You can see the difference between the not topped ones and the topped ones. They haven't grown too much in height recently. They're looking a little sad right now because they just need to be watered. It's gonna rain soon, as you can probably tell. As for production, I find they're all producing pretty much the same. I'm not really seeing too much of a difference in the amount of production or the size. I haven't been doing like real tedious investigating because I haven't been keeping track of how many peppers each plant has produced, because I've been dealing with a lot of blossom end rot, a lot of sun scald, where I've plucked peppers off of the plant to compost. I didn't want the plant focusing on that fruit if it was going to just not be edible. So I've also had issues with earwigs in my peppers, where I pick a pepper and there's an earwig inside. It's disgusting. I mean, we're coming to the end of the summer. I'm not quite picking them yet to eat because they're still very small. But so far, I would say there's really not much of a difference between topped and not topped peppers in production. So there, that's my 2 cents as of August 15th. Good morning, everyone. It is August 29th, and I think I'm ready to give my final update for the pepper plants, whether I recommend topping them or not topping them. So first, I want to talk about a few things. The first thing is, I did 2 varieties of peppers this year, the California Wonder and the Purple Beauty pepper. Both sets of seeds I got from M.I. Gardner, and I've noticed some differences between the 2 varieties that I need to talk about. So the first thing I've noticed is that the purple pepper seems to be loaded with more fruit pretty consistently. Most of my plants at one time or another, and some of them pretty consistently, have had 4 or 5 fruit on them at a time. The California Wonders, though, only get maybe 2 or 3 at a time, though the California Wonders seem to be getting quite a bit bigger. Now, most of them have been pretty small. Like the ones I've harvested that have gone red have been quite small. This plant here has my biggest ones. This one here is just starting to change. This one's pretty large. And this one's smaller but meaty. So the California Wonders are getting bigger, at least on this particular plant. And here are the purple ones, you can see are quite small. But see, this plant has like 5 on it right there. So this one's topped, that one's not topped. This one has 4, that one has 5. So it's pretty comparable. So these are my final thoughts in regards to strictly topped versus not topped. Personally, I liked that the not topped plants, because they got much taller, you can really prune away the bottom leaves to prevent disease and stuff. I didn't have any issues with disease this year on my peppers, but if that's something that you deal with in your area, that you find you're peppers get sick, I would consider not topping them so you can really strip the bottoms of the plants. A good reason to top them is maybe if you're growing in a really small bed like mine and you want like those levels. So if you look into square foot gardening, they talk about having the shortest plants at the front and the tallest plants at the back. Well, with peppers, you can half their height without halving your production, at least in my experience. And so that would be something to consider, is you could bring your plants, your peppers further forward into your bed and have more taller plants behind them. So that's something definitely to consider. But if one is better or not, no, they're the same. They're totally the same, production wise, at least in my experience. If you have had a different experience with top peppers and you have a really strong opinion about one versus the other, I would really love to hear it. I'm sure other people watching this video would also really love to hear it. So please comment it below. That would be awesome. If you found this video at all helpful or enjoyable, I'd really appreciate it if you liked it, maybe shared it, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, well, that's all from me. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope your garden is looking absolutely beautiful, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.